How's everybody doing today? This is Chuck from Mining with Uncle Chuck. I hope you're well. What the heck am I doing? Well, I'm playing one of my old vintage arcade cabinets. It's a game called Mega Zone from the 80s. Wasn't really that popular. Kind of a 1942, I guess, with a space theme. Anyway, in 2022, late 2022, I did a video on the Antminer L7. So LTC miner, merge mining, Doge. And I said at the time, the most consistent miner of 2022 period. So, you know what? Over time, there has been a lot of views of that video and people are asking me to kind of do an update. And, you know, is that still my same thoughts? Well, you know what? I've got an L7 sitting on the table here with a couple bad fans in it. I'm gonna swap those out, bring it over to my other building where we have most of our L7s, and we're gonna talk about it. So hang in. All right, I'm gonna get, all right. Okay, so I've got the fans replaced in my Antminer L7, thrown the old ones in the garbage, and I kind of just kept the wires in case I needed them for something. And I didn't show the process because I did a video about 4 or 5 months ago on how to diagnose if you've got a bad fan in one of your Antminers, or at least the current model Antminer. So I'll post the link down below if you ever get into a situation and you need to know how to replace a fan. So enough said, let's head over to the other building. I'm gonna kind of do that red panda mining thing and we'll head over there. Okay, so I've got my Antminer L7 and we are over at my other mining facility. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get this thing connected to a mining pool by itself so we can kind of take a look at the true world probability of this thing and talk about whether or not the L7 is still worth you digging in your pocket and purchasing one of these. But this much I'm going to say. If I knew back in 2022 when I got into mining and I purchased my first L7, what I know today, I would have invested in more of these because, you know, you guys have seen kind of the dust pile at the other building. Everything from full-side gold shell ASICs, silicon, Ivy Links, Avalons. You know, I've had them all. And my L7s are my only original miners today that are actually still up and mining. You know what? Next to replacing some fans over time, I still have a number of them up and mining in here today. So I've got one that I've got to pull out here, possibly a fan issue, but I'm gonna take it out of here. But these things have really been rock solid. So we're gonna take a look at that in a moment. But one of the things I've done today as well is I have got some Antminer K7s here. So these are CKB miners, and I actually originally did a video on these quite some time ago. And as you know, last year, the Nervos network had their first kind of halving, and those K7s were ridiculously profitable. And after the halving, obviously with the mining rewards cut in half, they were no longer profitable. But today, in the last 24 hours or so, CKB is just on an absolute tear. So I decided to swap out a few of the miners that I had in here. And what did I swap out? Well, I've got over here a little bit of a pile. I have got some Antminer S19 XP, so Bitcoin miners, 140 terahash. What I'm gonna do is it's gonna give me the opportunity just to do some basic maintenance. And I have got my compressor over here. I'm gonna get those things taken outside and blow them out and get all the dust the heck out of them. I am going to get this Antminer L7 up and connect it to a mining pool, and we'll talk about it some more. So what I decided to do, at least for the now, is I have set up the Antminer L7 up top because I'm gonna be doing some work in the mining room and powering a few things down. So this thing is up and mining already, but I am going to log into the dashboard and get it on its own pool account so we can look at the probability. All right.
So I'm logged into the dashboard of my Antminer L7, and you have to excuse the quality just for this section of the video because I'm actually logged in remotely to my other building. So as you can see, we've been up and mining for 2 days and 20 hours, so almost 3 full days of mining. We've been consistently over 9,000 mega hash with this miner, accepted shares, and everything else looks good. Now, we are going to use as an example today, I'm using via BTC. So we are going to log in to the dashboard of the mining pool. So as you can see, our Antminer L7 is connected to the mining pool and up and hashing. And I want to be clear, I set this up as a new pool account today so we could look at the profitability of just one miner. But I do use via BTC with our other LTC miners, BTC miners, and CKB miners. No special VIP addresses today. And I want to be clear, via BTC has not paid me to say anything about their mining pool. We'll click on earnings. So we're going to take a look at our LTC profits first, then we can toggle on the Doge profits after. So we're going to scroll down, and this here is our most current payout. I'm going to copy this, head over to CoinMarketCap. We're going to use their currency converter. I've already got that pasted in here, and they're telling us $2.34. This is just our Litecoin rewards. This is total profit before electrical. We'll head back to via BTC, scroll up, click on Doge, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to copy in our 24-hour profits here, head back to CoinMarketCap. I've already gone ahead and done that, pasted it in here. It's telling us $10.55 before electrical. So if we take that $2.34 for our Litecoin profits plus the $10.55, that gives us a total profit of $12.89 before electrical. Now let's head over to Mine the ASIC and let's see what they're telling us as far as profitability over there. Now, this doesn't happen. Usually Mine the ASIC is really close as far as profitability to give yourself kind of a rough idea. So here we have our Bitmain Antminer L7, the 9050 model, and they're telling us a total income of $12.55 a day based on 10 cents a kilowatt. And I think we're at $12.89 a day income before electrical. Based on that, they're telling us $4.73 a day total profit after electrical. So we're real close. I mean, maybe 10 cents difference here. Now, my profitability is a little bit higher because I'm using the VIP stratum addresses, but maybe 25 cents a day. So all in all, what are my final thoughts on this miner? Well, before I give you those, I want to talk about another option as far as for script mining, and that's a company called Locotech. So I'm just going to touch on it. We're going to hit their website real quick. So what do we have here? Well, we have a new miner that's going to be coming. They call it the Locotech, the S1 Hashblade. Yes, it looks kind of similar to a GPU. It is a PCIe slotted card. And anytime we see any kind of new technology in our sector, it's always interesting, especially when it looks to be as efficient as these S1 Hashblades. Along with that, they actually have a chassis, and this is pre-configured, and it comes with 12 S1 Hashblades in it. So it looks very similar to many of the chassis that are out there for GPU mining, something similar to an Octaminer. But you know what? Looks very promising. And if you're interested in getting into the pre-order, well, you're looking at about $1,799 for one Hashblade, or what they call the full stack. And as I mentioned, fully configured with 12 of their S1 Hashblades for just over 20 grand. So I wish these guys the best. It has been in pre-order mode for a while, so I have no idea when this is actually going to hit the market or they're going to start shipping officially. What about a predecessor from Bitmain, a replacement for the L7? Well, you know what? We've heard a ton about that. Now, I would like to add this. I do have a very reliable source, and they told me that Bitmain is working on a replacement or a predecessor to the L7 miner, but no specs or when this thing might be ready to hit the market. But Bitmain, this could be tomorrow, next week, or in 6 months. So what are my final thoughts for the L7? Well, you know what? I still have the original one that I purchased the beginning of 2022, and it's still up and mining. All the L7s that I've purchased, 8 of them in total, and you know what? They have been a rock solid miner. Yes, you know what? Litecoin went through the halving last year, and the mining rewards were cut. But you know what? If it wasn't for Doge and the Doge rewards, this miner would not be profitable at all. We're gonna hit crypto miner bros. Today, if you wanted to purchase one, the 9050 model that we've been testing today we're looking at $5,349. Again, that's delivered to your door. You know, on my supplier, I can purchase one for around $4,300, $4,400, but I still think that that is too high for the moment based on the probability. But if I was to see these things drop to say $2,100 or $2,300, I would say they're still a decent buy. That's it for today's episode. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be back with you soon. Peace out.